What's up guys, this is Astranox. In this Etheria Restart video, I want to show you my speed team for Inferno Dokidoki. So, I'm a free-to-play player. The team is not free-to-play, but I do have another video which I posted just before this one, right? It's long. There's a lot of information. There's 4 different teams, including a free-to-play one. You can go and check it. And also, I go over everything. My stats, modules, everything is in there, and I go through it giving a lot of information. So if you want as much information as possible, if you feel like this video is too quick, you can go and check out that video, right? It's 4 teams, like free to play versus Apex SSR, 4 different teams for Inferno Dokidoki, right? So let me add this here. Okay, so actually I'm just going to put continuous battle, and let's just have it going. All right, so that is the team. The first 4, Romoka, Klaus, Casio de Reverie, and Valerian, those are free to play, friendly for me. Klaus, I'll give replacement. Of course, Yali is not free to play, but that is not a free to play team. So Klaus, you could replace her with Dinah if you're able to like one-tap wave 1 with like Romoka or whoever you're going to be using. You know, Messiah already has defense penetration. Ziara you could be using, right? And you could also replace Klaus if you don't want to run Dinah because you don't clear that fast. You could be running Nahor. Nahor has defense down. Nahor has freeze as well, so that's going to be nice. And like you're pairing him with Casio de Reverie is going to be, 2 crowd controllers that will help you because the enemy has 90% damage reduction if you don't crowd control them before dealing damage to them, right? So the issue with my team is that, well, I'm not running Codex of Magic on Casio de Reverie, but I'm running Halloween, which I feel like is better because she's got a passive skill 2. So Halloween, when it triggers, it's reducing the cooldown of skill 3 by 1 turn. It's 80% trigger rate at the end of her turn. It works really well, but if you're gonna be running like a team that just like takes out the whole wave 1 on turn 1, the whole wave 2 on wave 2, maybe not the middle one, right? He's more bulky. Then yes, you could be running Codex of Magic on Casio de Reverie. It's gonna speed up your run. Like, you're gonna be able to get some runs that are like, I've seen like 30-second, 40-second, 50-second runs. Especially if you run a real Mocha, it works a lot better because Romoka with enough damage, something like 110, 120,000 splash, like AoE, she's able to just murder wave 1. Wave 1 just needs to receive something like 80 or 90,000 damage, I think, to like one-shot it. Maybe it's just 77,000, I think, or 80,000. It's not that high, but the wave 2 to take out the middle one, you need over 100,000 damage. It could be 110,000. I'm not sure exactly. If you know the exact number, let us know in the comment section. But to make this happen, okay, this was slow. 2 minutes and 4 is actually slow. That's like, I've seen average of like low 1 minute on a 10 run. So like, I don't know what's happening with the team, but it's usually faster than that. This is actually one of the slowest run. The problem is that innate resist in the game. There's a 10% chance that even if you have a 100% chance to land your debuffs, right? There's a 10% chance it won't happen. So if you're running debuffers that only do a single hit, it's going to be problematic. Like Klaus can just miss the defense down. Casio de Reverie has multiple chances. She needs to apply attack down first, and then she got 2 more, hits for sleeping slumber, which is 45% chance. With enough accuracy, you get 90% chance because you can double that amount. So 90% chance, but then there's also the 10% innate resist. So it can really mess you up. This seems like it's going to be a fast one. We got the sleep here. And Inferno, they do get the 90% damage reduction pretty quick if you don't keep crowd controlling them. So your 5th position could also be another crowd controller. So 1 minute and 2 seconds. Now this is a speed run. That's a speed team. it's not extremely reliable to get that speed. That's the issue. So you could be running Codex of Magic on Kazuo the Reverie. And like I said, you might be replacing your 5th position with another crowd controller if you have enough damage. If you have enough damage on Romoka or whoever you're going to be using, Ziada, Messiah, right? I want to show you guys my stats. I want to talk about more, you know, there's stuff I need to break down here. But if you want more information, you want to see other teams with my core 4, Romoka, Klaus, Kazuo the Reverie, and Valerian, +1, which is the rotation is I use Ling Lao first, free-to-play team, and then I use Dokidoki, right? Then I replace Dokidoki with Yeli on the 5th position, and finally I do Lily because, you know, like, people are tired to see Lily. They don't, well, people don't have Lily, so they're pissed off. So yeah, that's why I like to do a video where I show multiple teams. But this one, it's not running Lily, it's running Yeli, right? But I'm saying that Yeli could be replaced with another damage dealer or another crowd controller if you have enough damage on your main damage dealer. Romoka is just easier to gear. Full skill up on Yeli. That took a while, but definitely worth it. She's amazing. So the build is Kenai Harvest, not the best. Momentum with Fury and Fury Edge, that'd be the best, right? Momentum, Fury, and Fury Edge, that'd be the best. But if you're not doing Inferno yet, well, we're doing this video, like, this is a speed team, so like you might have Fury Edge. I do not, right? Like I need to get Inferno Terramaton on farm. So yeah, I'm doing a lot of farming of Dokidoki, but I mostly farm shells. If it's not a double drop rate event, I farm shell to be as efficient as possible, because double drop rate does not increase your training data, doesn't double the shells that drops, right? So that's the pieces, right? The problem is that her skill 3 is a triple hitter, and the follow-up attack don't work with Kenai, so you're missing a lot of damage. So that's a problem, right? And Harvest, I mean, if they are, you know, below 50% HP, then you don't have to ignore 30% of their defense. You already have defense down on the enemy, so the value of that is not as much. It's like basically a reduction of 30%. Ignore 30% of their defense of however much is left in defense after the defense down, right? So that's how I believe it works. So yeah, quite a bit of speed, good for PvP. So yeah, that's my stats. That's what I have on her. And I use Revelation. It's just broken with her triple hitting skill 3, and then she has a follow-up attack which do trigger the Revelation. So that's very nice when it happens, right? It took forever to roll these, man. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. Awful. Okay, so now let's go. And so that's one of my damage here. My other one, Real Mocha. So the damage that I'm able to do with her is, well, to one tap the wave 1, it's not a guarantee. If I get crit damage buff, let's say you want to run the 5th position, could be Beyontin, which might make your Romoka deal enough damage to one tap wave 1 and take out on the wave 2 4 of the ads, leaving the middle one. Because the middle one, I think you need like 110 or 120,000 damage to take it out, like the whole wave in one go. So yeah, skill 3 maxed out, priority. You don't need skill ups here. I did that to get the attack percentage, get more damage. I'm going to speed through this. So if you want the slower version, just check the other video, because I really break it down real good. And I talk about the subset. I talk about like different builds that you can go for. Momentum Fury, that's great for her, but you need to have as many debuffs as possible on the enemy to really get that damage from momentum, you know, as close as 36% as possible, right? You're trying to really maximize your amount of damage to splash the whole wave. So that's what I have. I don't think it's crazy too much. Like, you can definitely get much better. And count is amazing on her, right? I don't have a triple matrix effect on it. I'm missing attack here. You could run crit rate here, and maybe with the prowess, maybe you have some crit here. You might be able to squeeze some extra damage on her by not running any crit rate main and go like crit damage, attack bonus, or double attack bonus, crit damage. It could be possible because she's at affinity advantage since she's hollow versus odd. So you only need to gear her for 85% crit rate. So that's big. That's definitely big. So count works beautifully on her. Now, let me talk about... So Claus goes before my Kazuyo the Reverie. So Claus needs to be at 200. She needs to have just 1 speed. Whoever your defense breaker is, you just need 1 speed above Kazuyo the Reverie. And actually, Nahor, I think he doesn't deal damage with his skill 3. Am I wrong? If he doesn't deal damage, that means like he could be slower than Kazuyo the Reverie. Actually, he just needs to go before the damage dealer. But I'm not gonna check. But yeah, if they do release a character that does get defense down and doesn't deal damage, that means like it's not important to have the defense downer to go before Kazuyo, so he doesn't wake up the enemy, right? If it doesn't deal damage. So yeah, max out skill 3. Skill 2 you could, but I didn't. And here to get the extra speed passive, and I went all in on this. You know, I use her in PvP as well. So yeah, real quick, you can pause if it's too quick, but Kazuyo the Reverie needs more gear, more speed on her modules compared to like an Animus like Claus, because Claus has better base speed. Yeah, you need as much effect accuracy. It's very hard to get effect accuracy on these with the speed. It's rough. It's really rough. You might run like broken set, you know, outside of Swift Rush. You might not be able to get Swift Rush, Swift Raid together, Swift Rush, Time Weave, a full set. It's rough because you need triple matrix effect. It's really rough if you want to get that sweet Time Weave going on. And I got some, you know, Animas here, some like duplicates. And also, Halloween is amazing. 80% chance to reduce cooldown by 1 turn. And the skill 2 is a passive. So it's always working on skill 3, which is great. Survivability, speed, and effect accuracy, which gets reduced, right, over time. But, you know, it's mostly for PvP. She already has enough. I feel like 200% is already good enough, because you need like 100% effect accuracy over how much effect resistance the enemy has. So for Inferno, it seems like, yeah, 200% seems to be working quite well. But there's always that 10% innate resist that can mess you up real good, right? So Valerian, you don't need to run Valerian. You could have an attack buffer like Freya, or you could even have like Yang, which I took his gear off, his modules off. So there's a lot of different teams. I like Valerian because the survivability increase from Hazy Dream, the one-shot protection, you know, so they don't go down, it protects them. The shielding, the basic buff effect, which goes from attack, then buff, defense buff, crit rate buff, and then speed buff, puts up whatever you don't have on you. She works great. Just stack HP, and you don't even need speed on her, but I do have quite a bit. I even scaled this up. You don't need to, but I use her everywhere, so I did. And it's whatever for the gear, just Wellspring, and yeah, you don't need speed. Just stack HP. Could even stack some defense as well, right? I do run... That's the thing, right? Like, you could be running other shells on her, but I run Artisan because I really love to have like multiple sources of shielding. So this could be defense percentage. I lucked out with that thing. This is whatever. I'm not gonna roll it off for now. So yeah, I mean, like, that's the stats. That's the stats that you need. I've shown Kazuyo, I've shown Valerian, Remoka, Claus, and Yelly. So you want more information, check the other video out. Let us know what you guys think about all that in the comment section. But this team works well, you know, if you do have the Animus. But like, I gave a lot of information for who you could replace for the 5th position. It's very flexible, even if you don't have enough damage on Remoka to tap, like, kind of like one shot that wave 1 and take out like 4 of the ads on wave 2. You can still take it quite slow in Inferno Dokidoki. And yeah, I mean, like, it's definitely the easier threshold, I feel, and farming speed will make it so much easier for farming all the other content in the game. It's just the way it is for these type of like turn-based gacha. When there's a speed stat involved that allows you to go first, it's just that broken, right? So that's 7 win 1 defeat. So yeah, I mean, I would say like a 90% success rate easily, because 90% or more, because I don't see defeat often, that like having a 1 defeat in a 10 run, right? So yeah, I mean, 1 minute run, it could go up to 2 minutes if you're unlucky. I talked about how to make it faster, and I'll work toward that. But you know, like, we have to work with whatever we have at our disposal. If you enjoyed the video, if you found value, don't forget to smash the like and subscribe. That's it for this one. I'm Astranox. Good luck with all ya do. Peace out for now.